where we catch up on current events and headlines. My name is Glenna Rashipura, and this is NMH at 1. In incoming news today, the Hardap Dam sluice was opened even larger at 10:30, so it now releases 300 meters of water per second, an adjustment that is necessary because the dam currently receives more water than is discharged. The dam is expected. We're going to go for a quick commercial break. Let me just quickly use this one, please. And we're back. In incoming news today, the Hardap Dam sluice was opened even at larger at 10:30, so that it now releases 300 meters of water per second, an adjustment that is necessary because the dam currently receives more water than is discharged. The dam is expected to reach the 75% mark tonight. This follows after the sluice was opened at about 12 a.m. this morning, about 1.1 meters to release 200 meters of water per second. Moving on, the Sandhof lilies close to Malta here are now, due to the strong incoming water, already opening their gates this Saturday until Wednesday or Thursday. A big number of locals are expected to visit this farm this coming weekend. As always, we now bring you video clips from around the country. First up, last year examination papers for grade 11 and 12 were leaked, and learners countrywide were left having to rewrite their entire exams, costing the Ministry of Education roughly $14 million Namibian. These learners have finally reached the finish line. In the next clips, two learners express how they feel about finishing their exams for a second time. Desiree Casas reports.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Dandu. I'm in grade 11 and I school at Delta. The whole process of rewriting our exams has been very stressful because while initially I thought that I would have finished on the 16th of December, I then realized that the reality had swiftly changed as news of the rewriting and leaking was brought to light. It was very frustrating because while seeing others enjoying their December, I had to be with my books, unfortunately, revising and studying again for certain subjects that I had not studied for. The stress of the pandemic as well hasn't been a benefit at all. Like, it hasn't helped at all. While you have to worry about studying, you still have to worry about the rising COVID cases and the new variant called the Omicron. I mean, it's crazy. But in the end, I do believe that the rewriting will be towards a greater cause. That means that everyone can write the exams fairly and all the marks can be accounted for. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Irina Garces, and how I feel about rewriting the exams. I am really not fond of the fact that we had to rewrite because we weren't at fault of the leakage. This will greatly affect our results since we have been preparing for the exams since the beginning of the year. I feel that the children that have studied in the beginning of the year since we wrote the exams had felt the same pressure and felt that it was unfair to them. And on the other side, I feel like the children that felt like they didn't do much in the first exam had a chance to improve, had an opportunity to pull up their socks once more. It's a relief that the exams are done, but I hope this doesn't repeat itself in the future for the future grade 11s and 12s. Thank you.
In our second video for the day, Diana Delanga, a teacher from Roots Gymnasium, chats to NMH at 1 about the construction on their school's administration buildings and hostel that has been completed this week.
Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Christine Creer and today I will be talking to Diana de Lange, a teacher from Roots Gymnasium in Stampriet, and she will be telling us more about the construction on their administration buildings and hostel that has been completed this week.
Good day. I am Ms. Diana de Lange, the grade 4 to 7 mathematics and home ecology teacher of Roots Gymnasium. Roots Gymnasium are situated in Stampriet on the Roots Agricultural Village. Our school opened its doors for the first time on the 22nd of January 2021 with only 38 learners. The school as of this day consists of 100 learners, 12 educators, 2 administrative clerks, 2 assistants for the junior phase and 3 outside coaches. On the 17th of January, we inaugurated our brand new school buildings. They consist of 9 classrooms, 2 laboratories, and 1 administrative block. We also added the hostel with a capacity of 40 learners for now, as well as 2 flats for hostel staff as part of this modern facilities. In the next building phase, we will start building the grade 10 to 12 classes, as well as expand the hostel and its facilities. We are a Christian private school that follows the Namibian syllabus from grade 00 to 9. We aim to have the school registered up until grade 12 in 2023. We are registered at the Ministry of Education of Namibia. The school is part of the farming activities on Roots. The learners are being educated from a young age to invest in the vision and mission of the Roots village, like job creation for the people of Namibia, as well as sustainable food supply. The entrepreneurship forms the basis of each learner's education.
In our third and final video for the day, Namibia Sun's Michael Kayunde shares with us a synopsis of entertainment news.
Hello NMH at 1 viewers, my name is Michael Kayunde. I'm here to bring you a brief gig guide of what you can expect this weekend in terms of entertainment. To start with, today we are back with the second edition of the Hunter's Chill Sessions, a music video countdown right here on Namibian Sun, where we get to count down the latest music videos in the country for the week. For this week, you can look forward to interviews that I did with Yolini, as well as Ian Lovely. Both artists have new music videos out. They came to studio, we spoke about their plans for the year. So if you are fans of them, that is something for you to look forward to. And tomorrow we do have a piano recital at the College of the Arts by Johan van der Merwe. The tickets are going for $100 for adults and $50 for young people at the door. So that's something you can look forward to this weekend. Until next time, from me, Michael, it's bye-bye.
And now, let's have a look at our front page news. The Allgemeine Zeitung leads with the current rainfall. It is expected to continue across nearly all of Namibia at least through Sunday, including in the drought-stricken country's west. Despite warnings, at least 4 vehicles were swept away in different rivers in Windhoek on Wednesday evening alone. 1 vehicle fell victim to the Klein Windhoek River. Meanwhile, 3 vehicles were washed away in a river near Elisenham, local media reported. All occupants managed to escape the waters, they said. Meanwhile, the Road Authority has commented on the incident in the Lion River, where 2 vehicles were swept away at the beginning of the week. In its lead article today, the Republican tells us more about 3 Windhoek High Court judges that have rejected the application of 2 Namibians and their foreign-born spouses to have their marriages recognized in Namibia. They did express displeasure that they are still bound by a 20-year-old Supreme Court ruling that homosexual relationships are not recognized by law. Supreme Court Justice Haneli Prinsloo, Orban Sibeya, and Essie Chase stressed in their ruling that they believe it is time to enshrine in the Namibian constitution that homosexuality is part of our society and that all Namibians, including those in homosexual relationships, are worthy of equal rights. The Namibian Sun focuses on the recent court cases. A number of court cases have had Namibians on tenterhooks lately, and the Windhoek High Court was a hive of activity yesterday when several matters came to a head, from the Prosecutor General laying bare former Fisheries Minister Bernard Esau's treasure chest of secret bank accounts, to several High Court judges speaking out in favor of queer marriage, despite upholding a judgment that refuses to acknowledge them. It's been a busy week for the courts. The Namibian is opening with the Botswana border shooting regarding the Nchendo family. The family is pleading with the Namibian government to help them get justice after a Botswana magistrate found that the 4 fishermen gunned down by the Botswana army were to blame because they opened the fire. This came despite the fact that no weapon was found on the Nchendo brothers in the aftermath of their killings along the Chobe River. The New Era leads with the LPM, who took a recent trip to the northern region, which are considered SWAPO's stronghold, to expand its support and membership base. SWAPO has enjoyed near-complete domination in presidential, national, regional, and local elections since independence in the Musati, Ohangwena, Oshikoto, and Oshana regions. LPM leader Bernardo Swartboy said the party was well received in a couple of villages. Confidente is opening with the shocking news of 6 children allegedly being sold to a traditional healer. 2 girls and 4 boys were allegedly sold to a popular Oshuarango traditional healer, Hugo Kanyanyono, who allegedly uses them as cheap labor in the running of his business, among other things. Market Watch leads with the Namibia's trade activities, which seem to be picking up. According to the article, Namibia has gained about $8.8 billion Namibian dollars in export earnings in November 2021, an increase of 1.3% when compared to $8.7 billion Namibian dollars recorded in October 2021. When compared to November 2020, exports increased by 3.9%, according to the Namibian Statistics Agency's trade statistics. The career insert leads with Muvatere Njode Sirika, who is heading to youth engagements. Sirika, the Director of Technical and Vocational Education and Training, TVET, in the Ministry of Higher End Technology and Innovation, has been seconded to serve as the Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Namibian Training Authority. And on the inside pages of our newspapers, you'll be able to read more about the following. On its page 3, the Algemeine Zeitung focuses on the exceptionally strong string tide, which hit Namibia's west coast on Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning. The swell was estimated at over 3 meters and isolated damage was reported. Such a spring tide at this time of the year is considered extremely unusual. Republican on its page 2 brings that the Hardap Dam was expected to reach 70% of its capacity late last night, which means that the South Dam's lock would have to be pulled. The dam was already 65.1% full by 10 past 2 yesterday afternoon, while water was still flowing in at 635 meters per second. It's more than yesterday at 11:30 when the water flowed in at a rate of 245 meters per second. At that time, the dam was still at 63.2%. The dam was only 47.7% full on Monday. The Namibian Sun on its page 3 writes about a young mother whose baby daughter lived for only 6 days, is suing the Health Ministry and Grootfontein State Hospital for more than $1 million Namibian dollars for allegedly failing to detect a life-threatening physical birth defect. The Namibian on its page 3 is reporting about the Deputy Minister of Finance, Maureen Hinder, who said that she never made romantic advances towards the affirmative repositioning leader, Job Amupanda, and she's now suing him for $1 million Namibian dollars. Hinder was responding to Amupanda's claims that when he was part of the SWAPO Party Youth League, Hinder would invite him for lunch. On page 3 of the New Era brings an article regarding the flood victims in Windhoek's informal settlements. Several households endured hardships because of persistent rainfall over the past few days, but the Khomas Regional Council is only prepared to assist 100 residents from 5 constituencies who suffer from flash floods. And with that, we've reached the end of our show. Please do join us again next week, same time, same place. But before that, enjoy your weekend. But first, look at the weather update.